net zero risks crushing businesses. Who's saying that? Is it me? No, is it one of those climate deniers that we hear so much about? No, it's the Secretary of State for Energy Security and Net Zero, Claire Coutinho. As I pointed out to many of these people holding this title, it's either energy security or net zero. It can't be both. But is this a sign that, sanity is returning to government when it comes to climate change policies? Well, let's hope so. Let's talk to Rupert Darwell about this. He's author of Green Tyranny. Good morning to you, Rupert.
Good morning, Julia.
Thanks for joining us. I mean, this is very encouraging, isn't it? This is a speech that Claire Coutinho is making, and when she's basically saying net zero policies will risk crushing British businesses if imposed in the wrong way, sort of top down, rather than, she says, we're at a fork in the road, rather than sort of more and more targets and narrow targets. She's saying we should have basically, space to tackle things. We should have competition. Finally, someone talking sense in that job.
Well...
you're not that hopeful.
Look, the headline's great, isn't it? Because that's the truth. Of course, net zero is going to crush British business. That's why the government is putting in carbon tariffs to protect what remains of British manufacturing. The steel industry is on its back because of very high prices of carbon credits and so forth. So that bit's absolutely right, and it's good to hear it, and we should welcome it. But really, Julia, it is delusional to say there's a different way of doing it and it's not having targets. And she talks about the fork in the road, and the fork said there's a choice. Well, the fork in the road, Julia, was taken when Parliament passed the Climate Change Act in 2008. When you set a greenhouse gas reduction target with 80% originally, now net zero thanks to Theresa May, it requires, to meet that target, requires having lots of other targets. You can't escape that. That's just the reality.